Hey guys, welcome back to another Blender tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make these Minecraft renders, kind of like how Minecraft shaders look, but basically using Blender to make it. And this will be kind of showing how I make my Minecraft renders. If you saw my previous videos, I kind of made a few of them. I made like some pictures, renders of like Minecraft characters fighting in like Skywars or something. But why don't we get started? So I'll have all three of these links in the description below. We'll start off with MC Prep. So you want to go down and press the MC Prep link. And then once you're here, MC Prep, basically, when you have it, you're going to be importing a world that you want. And that world that you want, it'll prepare it for Blender if it isn't already prepared, and just press MC Prep, download, and then you'll just wait a bit, and come on, here we go. Save it to a place where you can easily find it. I'll just save it to my desktop real quick. And once you have this downloaded, go to the Mineways website in the link description below. Go next to Quick Start right here, and then press download, and then just save it to a place where you'll find it easily. I'll save it to my desktop again. Basically what Mineways does is it is an app that will convert your Minecraft world so that you can use it in Blender. And then the last link we have is just some maps for Hypixel. And today for the tutorial I'm just going to be going into Skywars. Wait a second. That's better. Here, solo and double Skywars. I'm just going to be using that. I'll just use Pumpkin Patch, I guess. And so basically once you're here, you'll find all of these world files. You'll want to download them as like a whole file itself. So go up here where it says Pumpkin Patch, where it says the name of all the files, and then press download, and then as you can see it'll start preparing things, and then it will download it for you. And then once you're here, you'll want to download it to a place where you can easily find it. I'll just download it to my desktop, as that's a good place to keep it for now. Pumpkin Patch. You don't have to make it the same name I do, but I'm just doing that to make it easier. Now that you have all this done, you can just go back to your desktop, find all three of these files that you just downloaded, and then once you're here, you can just, wait, let me delete these other files real quick. And then once you're here, you can find all of these files. You'll have Pumpkin Patch. So basically, MC Prep, you can just leave it zipped. Both of these, you'll want to open it though. If you have WinRAR or 7-zip, you can just easily extract it to desktop or whatever. I'm using WinRAR and I'm just extracting it this way. If you don't have one of these apps for extracting zip files, I'm pretty sure you can just do it with Windows itself. It should just work. And I don't know how to do it on Mac. I would just recommend downloading 7-zip or WinRAR. WinRAR, you can just use the demo. That's what I use all the time. And now, once you've extracted both of these files, you can just drag Mineways and Pumpkin Patch into Recycle Bin, and then you'll have these three files here. And once you have this, you can go into Mineways, start the mineways.exe. Wait, no, go to this one, not the 32, this one. Unless you're using a 32-bit system, then click on this one. If you're using 64-bit, press on mineways.exe. And then once you're here, you'll see this kind of window open up. This is the Mineways app. You want to go up here and drag this line. Oh wait a second. So go to File first, excuse that. Go to File, press Open, and then find the world that you just extracted. And for me, that would be at the desktop, Pumpkin Patch. Then you'll want to find level.dat, and there you go. Now that you have this, you can just do the rest of the stuff here. unless you want to open one of your personal Minecraft worlds in Java Edition, you can press on File, Open World, and then you'll find it here. The thing about that though is that it'll only display the land that is near spawn. So if you want a certain land area, then set the world spawn there, and then you can extract it and Mineways will show up here. And once you're here, you want to drag this all the way down to 0, unless then again you're using a Minecraft world of your own, then you might want to drag it to like 30. It'll cut out all of the underground stuff and make your computer less laggy. Unless you want to display the caves and stuff, then you can leave it at 0. And then from here, you'll want to right click and drag over the area that you want extracted. And then once you do that, click on File, Export for rendering, and then just save it where you want. That's easy to access. I'm just going to quickly save it to my desktop so that it is easy for this tutorial. There we go. And once you have that, you'll see this kind of window of mumble jamble stuff show up. Don't worry about all this stuff. Just go up here where my mouse is, click on make the model, change this right here to 1000, and then go and select make each block 1000 millimeters high, and then you can press OK. And then that blue line down there that you just saw will indicate your rendering process. And once you've done that, you can just close it, just like that. And then you'll find a bunch of stuff wherever you extracted it. Just leave it all there. If you have some kind of folder, you can do that and just kind of keep it in there. I usually have a folder for all of my Blender stuff that is separate from everything else, so it's easier to navigate. Now that you have all of this, just drag that up here. Now, you can just go straight into Blender. The version of Blender I'll be using today is Blender 2.79. There's almost no difference than Blender 2.78 if you're using 2.78, but I would really recommend upgrading to 2.79. The rendering process is way faster. As you can see, if I render, it goes in a circle, which is 4 times, probably more than 4 times faster than rendering in Blender 2.78, as Blender 2.78 only has 2 squares that individually render everything out. Now that you're here, you'll want to go to File, and then you'll want to go to User Preferences, and then once you're here, let me just wait for this to load real quick. Alright, now that it is loaded, you'll want to go to see all these different tabs. You want to click on Add-ons, as I am on right now. Press Install from File down below, and then you'll want to find wherever you downloaded your MC Prep. For me, that would be my that would be my desktop, so I'm just gonna go to my desktop, and then you want to click on it and press Install from File. Once this happens, let's just wait for it for a second. Alright, now that it has installed, you won't immediately see any change, and so you'll want to go back to User Preferences, go to Add-ons again, and then click the search bar and do MC Prep. Or just do MC. MC is better. You'll find MC Prep here. It'll be automatically unchecked. Mine is already checked because I already have it installed. You'll want to check it, and then press Save User Settings. Once you have that done, then it's all good. And if you followed my other tutorial, and you know that you want to have bitmaps disabled, and actually disable GPU bitmap generation as well, because if you're using a dedicated GPU, it might mess up some stuff. Then press Save User Settings. Now that you have that done, you can just watch me do some stuff. I will be explaining stuff, and down here in the corner, there's a display that shows whatever keys I'm pressing. So if I'm pressing a bunch of stuff, then you can just see what I'm pressing down here. And something I like to have is I changed my resolution to 1280px by 720px. I have that for rendering to make it faster. Once you finally have what you want to render finished, you can change it back to 1920 by 1080p or a higher resolution if you desire. And then down here, I go to light paths and basically just copy everything I have here. I forgot where I got this from, but you don't really need everything that's on here. Just kind of change it to how I have it. Unless you're fine with how it is and you know how it works, then there you go. I'll just give you like 3, 2, 1. There you go. If you need it longer, you could just pause the video. And then motion blur, all that other stuff. Performance. Here, this is for if you have a dedicated GPU and rendering is really fast, then you can change this to like 256 by 256. Then it would kind of render like this, and it would be super fast. But if you have a slow computer without dedicated graphics, like me, then you could just set it to 16 by 16, and that's a very good rendering process. And as you can see, it'll just kind of render slower but more efficiently. Now that we have all of that done, you can go to File. You can press Import and press OBJ, Wavefront OBJ right here. And then from there, you'll want to find where you downloaded your map. Here we go. Not this one, this one. And then once you find the OBJ that you extracted from Mineways, just click on the OBJ. Do not click on the MTL. Just click on the .obj and then press Import OBJ. And as you can see, it'll slowly load. You'll get these weird things around the mouse. And there we go. Now you'll have all of this set up here. To make things faster, as you can see, it just kind of lagged there. We're going to click here, and I'm going to change it to texture, and then that makes it slightly faster, and it's much better. And don't press anything on the keyboard while everything is still orange like this. Go to MC Prep, and if anything happens, like everything is unselected for some reason, then you can just press A, and that will reselect everything. And then once you're at MC Prep, click on Mineways, and then press Prep Materials, and then press OK. Let's just wait for that to load. Now that it has finished its process, not much has changed because the world seems to have already been loaded. But as you can see, here is the Haunted Pumpkin Patch map. You can press A to deselect everything. Now that you have this, you can just press T. That's what I normally do to get rid of this, since I never use this panel on the side here. You can also bring this down if you want more space to see stuff. That's only for animation. I'll get to that in the future, but as for now, we'll just start off with rendering. Now that you're here, you'll find that there's like a bunch of cages up here. You can keep them if you want. If you want them gone, then load them into the Minecraft world and destroy them. I actually get rid of them a different way in Blender, but that would be too complicated. So just go into your Minecraft world and delete all of those if you don't want them. Now that you have all of this set up, if you saw in my Minecraft tutorial, you can use right click to select things, and so basically you have all of this. Go to your scene, wherever you want. One thing you might want to know is if you're loading in some kind of big Minecraft world and it's super laggy, you can just kind of press select on something, like say the wood here, there's a lot of it. Select on it by right clicking, press tab, and then go down here where my mouse is, click on faces, and then click the thing right next to it, and then there you go. And then you can press A to deselect it, and as long as everything is like away from your scene, then that's fine. It'll and then you can press box, like B, as you saw down here, and then from there you can just press P selection. There you go. Press tab again, then reselect on all that wood. Then you can press M and move it to a different layer. And so basically, as you can see down here, it'll just move it to this layer. If you want to move it back, reselect everything by pressing A, press M, and then move it back. And that would help get rid of lag. As you can see, there's a bunch of faces up here and triangles. The less there are, the less laggy it is for your computer. And now that you have all of this done, you can add a Minecraft Sky. I will have a link to a bunch of different Sky downloads in the description, but today I will be using a different, actually I'll just using the same Sky stuff. So go to, as you can see up here, there's a kind of tab list. Click on the thing where it looks like a small earth. It's kind of a small round marble. And then once you're here, you'll see surface, click use nodes, and then it'll say background, leave that there. Then right next to color on this thing right here, click on it and change it to environment texture. And now that might have hurt your eyes, it's all pink and flashed really quickly, but now that you have this, it's a good sign you're doing good, and you'll want to press open, and then find wherever you downloaded the Minecraft images, or the images for the Minecraft sky. The skies are usually, you'll want to have an HDR image that kind of has a horizon, and that makes it easier for Minecraft. Once you find it, then you'll see all these files. Go up here and click on the third option right under back to previous. Click on it and you'll be able to see all of these different images. And now that you have this, then you can just click on whichever one you want, and then it'll kind of show up like this. If you want to get rid of it, click on that X, open it, go back to all of your Minecraft skies. As you can see, I keep everything organized how I like it. Then you can just choose whichever one you want. I think today I'll just be using this one. And there we go. Now there's a bunch of lighting here. And now, if you're wondering what this is and you haven't seen my tutorial, I recommend you do so. It will help you get started out on the basics for Blender. This is just a camera. You can select it by right-clicking it or not. Press the 0 key on your numpad to go into it. I don't know how to use it if you don't have a number pad, so you can just search that up. I don't know how to do that, but if you can, I would recommend you getting a numpad for your keyboard, as it is extra control for Blender. And so basically you move around like this, press Q to go down, press E to go up, and then if you hold shift, you can just move around way quicker. And you also want to use WASD keys to move around. Alright, now that everything is, you can control your camera, just kind of move it around where you want. I'm just going to be moving it to the center here, kind of towards the sun. I'm just gonna make it kind of like, maybe right here. It seems like a good scene to me. More like right over here, maybe. Right there is fine for me. And now that everything's like this, you can press 0 again to go on the numpad, of course, not the actual 0. that won't do anything. Yeah, just go back to everything you want. I just got moved back for some reason. That's weird. Let me go back to, you know what, I'll just make the scene over here. Right here. Now that you have this, you can just press 0 on the numpad to do that. And then you can just find the camera wherever it is. Or you can just do this, and on the edges of the camera, select it, and then press the numpad again and press F. Oh wait, no, don't press F. Don't do that. Press the delete key on your numpad. Otherwise, I don't know how to do that. I just changed my keybind so that it's F, so it's easier for me. If you would like to do that, go to File, User Preferences, Interface, wait no, Input, search up the, okay, now I can't think of it. And now that you have this, you'll want to get a Minecraft character. And I'll just be continuing on from my Minecraft tutorial. And so basically you'll want to append your Minecraft character as normal. If you want the Minecraft character with a bunch of armor, click on the black plasma rig with armored.blend, click on object, press A, and append from library. And now that that is there, as you can see, it's all the way down there. You can just select it from the side up here. As you can see, it's right there. Now that you have that, just click wherever, left click where you want it, press Shift S, and then selection to cursor. And there you go. Now your character is right here. As you can see, it looks kind of weird, but it'll look much better once you're in material mode or once you're rendering. See, it changed. I'm just gonna leave it on texture to make sure my computer can run this well. Now that you have all of this here, your character, the sky, just kind of position your character how you would from my Minecraft tutorial. Just move it around. If you don't know how to do some stuff, you can just look at the bottom here and see what I'm clicking on. And you can just do all of that. Here we go. There we go. I'm just gonna have it like that. You'll have your Minecraft character just kind of, you can press Control Tab and you can edit it everything like this. See, everything like that. Or you can just go back by pressing Control Z. See, if I were to move it around like this and then move this like that, it's all weird now. Press Control Z and that will just redo everything you did. And now, now that I did this, I'm going to add some blocks to the scene. If you didn't do this in your Minecraft world and you want to add some extra blocks, you can just go find the cycles rig that we downloaded in the Minecraft tutorial, and then find blocks. Click on that, press object, and find whichever block you want. I'm just going to be searching up stone, and I'm going to press on this down here, and I'm going to append from library. And now that you have this down here, you can right click it to select it like I just did, and then you'll want to move it so that you can move it to your character. Although don't move it just yet, you'll want to align it with the other blocks of the world. And so to do that, go down here, click on the magnet, and then change this to vertex. And then just move it around how you would. Press G, and then use your mouse to move it around. And you can press the delete key to go back to it if you kind of lost it wherever it is. And let me just kind of bring it over here. Now it's right there. And now that it is here, you can just kind of slowly align it with the blocks. Once it is aligned like it is right here, you can change this to increment, and then you can just move it around like a normal block. I'm just gonna put it right here. And then to duplicate it, if you don't want to reappend it, press Shift D, as you can see right here. And then you can just kind of move it around however you like. And that's how I kind of make a bunch of stuff like this. And you can just do that. Perfect. Now I'm gonna have it like that. As you can see here, if you want to test render your scene, press Shift Z. And as you can see in my computer, it's not the best. Everything's kind of weird, like the dedicated GPU would look way better. But there you go. If you want extra lighting, you can press on the world here, and then click on ambient occlusion, and then that will light up everything for you. Just like so. And now, I'm just going to add a few more things to my character, and I'll get back to you guys. One more thing before I get to the final parts of the video. With your Minecraft character, if you want to add armor, have your character selected, go up here where it says black plasma rig, press on the plus, the tiny plus here, go down here, press on armor, and then now you'll see a bunch of different armor. If you want diamond armor or chain armor, I'll just go with diamond armor for today. Click on the plus again, and then once you see all of the leggings, helmet, chestplate, and boots, on the right side you'll see a eyeball and a camera. You'll want to click on both of those, and then it'll show up as armor here. And so basically, you can just do that with a bunch of armor. And if you saw it in my previous video, I kind of put armor. I used different armor to make it look more like Skywars, but I'll just use this for now. Another thing, once you're done moving around blocks, you'll want to re-click on the magnet down here and make sure that it is not selected and gray, so that it won't move around your character all weirdly and all that stuff. But once you're moving blocks around, then you can have it selected. Alright. Another thing is, once you have your character in the right position, you want to add a sword. So you can just append a sword like you would with any other rig. Find your rig. Today I'll be using my very own enchanted swords. I created these, you could probably find more online, but I'll have a link to all three of these enchanted swords in the description. It's just a diamond sword, golden sword, and iron sword. But I'll just use the diamond sword, click on object, click on the sword, and then press append from library. And then the sword will just be down here like your character, and then move it to where you want, selection to cursor, shift S, and then just move it into your character's hands. And as you can see here in texture mode, for some reason the blade is not showing up correctly, but once you start rendering it out, you'll see how it looks, and there's a kind of enchanted effect on it. I'll press slash, as you can see. There's the enchantment right there, and it kind of glows on its own too. It's really cool. Alright, and then just kind of place it into your character's hands, how I showed in the Blender tutorial. And yeah. Now that you have all of this done, you'll want to have lighting. And if you want a sun that kind of shines down and has some shadows, then you can just disable ambient occlusion on the side under environment. Just disable that. And then once you're here, you can just unselect everything by pressing A. Press Shift A, and then find lamp, and press on sun. Please excuse the dog noises in the background if you hear them. And the sun will show up wherever your cursor marking is, and then you can just kind of move it around. It looks like a dotted line. As you can see here, it's just a dotted line that goes on forever, sort of. And just move it how you like. Wherever the line is pointing, that is where the sunlight will go. And I'm just going to align it with the sunlight over here. So I'm just going to point it this way by pressing R. Now that you have it in the direction you want, go to the right here, click on the sun, change the color to a more kind of sunlight color, light yellow, and then this is how bright it is. I usually put mine at 5.5. It's pretty good for sunlight. If, as you can see here, it's blurry. It's very, I'll just kind of do this. Sometimes I just kind of pre-render it. That looks terrible so that it renders fast. Just so I can get a preview of my project, because normally using Shift Z is too slow unless you have a dedicated graphics card. But as you can see here, the lighting has a better effect as it is a sun. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And now that that's like that, that'll be your Minecraft character. And then you can go to dimensions and change it to the resolution you want. I'm changing it to 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080. And then I'm going to also go down to sampling. This is really important. You want to change your render samples, not preview, render. Change that to a high number of, like, say 120 or maybe 200. I usually put mine at like 350 because my graphics card, I don't have one. I have my CPU, which is integrated graphics, and I just run off of that. And I forgot to tell you this earlier, but if you saw from my Blender tutorial, to render something, press F12 on the keyboard, and then it'll start rendering like this. If you want to cancel, press the escape button on your keyboard, and then press it again to get out of it. And if you want to preview the pictures you saw, press F11, and you'll see the previous picture rendered here. And if you want to save it to different slots to preview it, you can like change it to slot 2 and start rendering. And then you can just kind of compare the two after it's kind of done. See slot 1, slot 2, and there you go. And then, yep. One more thing I want to mention during the rendering process of this thing, I want to I just want to say that I won't be doing Blender videos as often anymore. The new upload schedule will be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it will be, if I miss an upload, then I'll probably upload on Saturday. Another thing is I will mostly doing Minecraft content from now on. I really enjoy doing that for YouTube and commentating about stuff. And if you want to see more Blender content, just post a comment in the comments of this description of this video, or you can just tell me in my Discord server. Hope you understand, and let's continue. Another thing, if you have any questions about this video, you can just comment in the comment section of this video, or you can ask in the questions of my Discord server. Alright, now that this has finished rendering, it took quite a while for me, but once it's finished rendering, you'll have your image here. If you exit out accidentally, press F11 and you'll get back to it. What you want to do to save your rendered image is press F3, and then you can just save it wherever you want. I'll just save it to my Blender area. Let's see, Blender tutorial image. There we go. I'm just gonna save it like that, and there you go. That's how you save your image. And I thank you guys for so much. Let me redo that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. See ya.